Another very popular personality trait studied by social psychologists is something called self-monitoring. Self-monitoring is a personality trait that measures the extent to which people are sensitive to the ways in which they express and present themselves in social situations and their ability to monitor how other people are reacting to them and then adjust their performance based on this feedback from others. So if you walk into a room and you're talking to people and you have a good sense of how those people are responding to you and what those people are expecting of you, and you're good at kind of changing your behavior to meet those expectations, you would be high in self monitoring. The picture you see on the slide here is a chameleon, and I've selected that because chameleons, of course, are good at changing color and blending in with the background. Well, in some ways, the person who's a high self monitor is like a chameleon. They're very flexible in social situations, they can read the room pretty well, and they're good at adjusting to whatever circumstances they find themselves in. Whether you're high or low in self monitoring predicts a lot of things about you. For example, the type of ads that will be effective. If I'm trying to sell you a car, if you're a high self monitor, an ad might be more influential if it shows you ways in which you can use the car to project an image of yourself to other people or to make a statement about yourself. If you're a low self monitor, on the other hand, you're more interested in things like the gas mileage and the warranty. You're not thinking about the car as a way of self presenting. So while the high self monitor is good at adjusting to social situations, the low self monitor is more straightforward. They just kind of plod into whatever the social situation is, and they're just themselves. They act pretty much the same way wherever they are. So for low self monitors, their behavior almost always reflects their true attitudes and feelings. They don't worry too much about the nature of the situation, and they don't really worry too much about reading what other people want from them or expect from them. So, the upside of being a low self monitor is that what you see is what you get. The person is very genuine, there's no pretense, you're not trying to figure out what they're really like. Now, the downside of being the low self monitor, of course, is that you can be sort of oblivious in social situations and not be quite as aware of how people are reacting to you as perhaps you might like to be. So you might be a little less socially adept if you're a low self monitor. Now, high self monitors are good actors. They're good at reading other people, they're good at controlling their emotional expression, they're good at learning what behaviors are appropriate in different social situations. And so the upside of being a self monitor is you're much more socially skillful and adaptable in social situations. The downside of being a high self monitor, however, is that if people know you well, they know that you may just be putting on a show and that it's harder for them to read what you're really feeling, what you're really thinking at the moment. But self monitoring is related to the types of careers that you'll be good in and so forth. So you'll be reading about that in the textbook as well.